Welcome to Pink Radio with Prestige. This is the place for you, the diva boss entrepreneur who needs quick tips on building your crave-worthy brand. This is your host, Nicole Doss, CEO of the Prestige Society, a membership organization for women entrepreneurs who believe in building powerful networks while slanging in their industries. So I want you to go ahead and grab your favorite cup of coffee and get your favorite tips right here with Prestige. Hey, girl bosses. This is your girl, Nicole Doss, and we are back with another episode of Pink Radio with Prestige, where we do girl boss, girl talk. For the last couple of episodes, we have really broken down the reason why girl bosses should really begin to explore tribes. So I wrote a book by the name of Tribe, Creating Branded Communities with Your Business, but I really believe that when people read that title, they believe that it is about the camaraderie of a group of people, a dynamic between a group of people, thinking more of squads, maybe even thinking more about networks, since the Prestige Society, which is my business, is a networking group. But it's not actually about that. It's really more about how do you build a membership, tribal, economy business model with your brand that allows you to be able to generate revenue on a monthly basis, giving you more of financial vitality with your business. I always equate this to women business owners having sales goals every month. Every month, if you aren't doing this, then shame on you. But every month, you should have a sales goal. There should be some kind of target that you are working towards. The thing is that when you have this one-time transaction where you have a product, or if you have services, or if you have content and you're selling these things through one-time transaction from your business to a client, you're setting the goal every month, but you really do not know what that month is going to give you. You really are not sure of how much money you're going to be able to generate. But when you're able to build up membership economies, what you're able to do is you're able to say, hey, I know that I have this, X amount of subscribers to this membership community. And from there, I know that every month there is a 90% chance that I'm going to make this amount every month. So maybe I should say 80. So why 80 and not 100? Because you have to account for your 20% fail rate. The 20% fail rate is going to be those who have to stop membership due to financial hardships. Maybe they no longer see the value in it, or any other type of exception that may come about that will drive you away from what we call a happy path. If you are not familiar with the term happy path is just normally things that follow a workflow that works when everything goes well. So for whatever the exception may be, there is a 20% fail rate for that. So that's something that you should think about when we're talking about tribal models, or when we talk about tribe. How can you move from guessing on a monthly basis how much money your business can bring in to moving it now into a monthly, more of a monthly subscription that allows you to have more insight on what you're able to bring on a monthly basis? The cool thing about this is when you begin to make this transition from having a one-time, one-off kind of business into building your membership model, anything else that you bring into the equation that has to do with one-time transactions, that's an add-on. Like, that's awesome. That's extra. Now that's value add, but it's not the only thing that you're dependent upon. Now, in the last series, or the last episodes that we talked about, was the fact that when you are looking at, the different models that are out there, definitely you can see why girl bosses should be thinking about moving their models to this, or at least providing an opportunity for your business to explore where you can win. So we talked about 5 reasons why the girl boss needs to have a tribal model, and then we began to talk about what it takes for you to even start your tribal business model. And today we're going to talk about thinking beyond the box. So thinking beyond the box for me is really important, because one of the things that I notice when I talk to girl bosses is there's two reasons why they do not move into this space. So one, because they can't think of building a tribal economy business model outside of a subscription box. Like that's all their minds go to, a subscription box. And if they do not see that if they don't have products, then they can't really see how to build this economy model for their business. They're like completely confused. And then they don't challenge themselves to think about how to do it. So they just kind of negate it and like leave it and just say, you know what, it just is something that we can't do or something that I don't think is worth my time. And so they just kind of leave it alone altogether. The second reason I think that women kind of stray away from this is because they don't have the desire or level of commitment to be able to give content, information, products, or services to a targeted demographic on an ongoing basis every single month. And for me, I feel like that's okay if you feel that way and it shows that you have integrity. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes people hear that there is this magic formula that you can just apply to your business and it'll give you all the coins that you are looking for. And when you allow that to be the determining factor of why you take on a business model, you, my love, will fail. And the reason why is because if the bag is the only thing that's driving you, if securing coins is the only thing that's piquing your interest, then that means that now you aren't going to be able to invest your energy into overcoming challenges when they occur. You're not going to feel the advocacy or passion necessary for you to be committed to a tribe of your loyal clients and customers who are going to be looking for content and products and services from you on an ongoing basis. So make sure that, when we talk about creating this model for your business as an additional stream of revenue, that we are really doing this with the right intent, with the right drivers that are motivating our actions, and that we are using also to just being tagged into the right energy so that we are making sure that we are sowing good into this and to our tribes. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about beyond the box. So like I said earlier, usually when I talk to girls about, and when I say girls, I mean women, grown women, boss women, women who run their businesses. So please do not think of that term girl as me demeaning or lessening the bossness of the individuals whom I have this conversation with. But when I talk to these women about some of these, building a tribal business economy model, usually what happens, and what do I mean, first of all, by tribal business economy model? I just mean building a membership model with your brand that is going to create a community and connectivity for your loyal client base. That's it. That's what I mean by that. So when I really start to talk to women about this, I find that they can't think beyond the box. And I want to talk to you today about some really cool different ways, some really cool influencers out there that are stretching their creative muscles and really coming up with cool ways to really build this tribal business economy model that's allowing them to, and I use the word interchangeably, by the way. So sometimes I say tribal business economy model. Sometimes I say tribal economy business model. Tomato, tomato, same thing, Fran. Okay? It's the same thing. So let me just kind of jump into some of these really cool models that a lot of these awesome influencers are beginning to creatively come up with. So the first one I wanted to share with you is going to be Mercedes-Benz. So not an influencer, but a luxury brand. So the really cool thing that I like about this Mercedes-Benz membership is that I think the risk involved with it. I don't think that when they created this membership, that the membership was ever made to be something that could be easily accessible for all. I think the price point that was created for this was intentional. I believe that the membership that was that Mercedes wanted to create, or the community or the tribe that they wanted to create, was one of exclusivity. And the reason why I say that is because the price point alone really sets the members apart from your everyday Joe Schmo. So if you're not looking to spend $1,500 a month on a car, then on a membership for a car, then that's going to set you apart from those who, one, can just be able to give that amount to for that particular luxury without even batting an eye, or without even experiencing any real financial hardship after doing so. And when you think about it, your car and your mortgage really shouldn't be fighting for the same dollar signs. Like, it shouldn't really be the same amount. But at the same time, if you think about it, most publicists are $1,500 a month. There's a lot of people out there that's their monthly rate. So for those who have the ability to pay for those kind of things, for auxiliary and luxury auxiliary items, then that's who this membership is for. What it gives you access to also sets a very intentional culture among this tribe. I think that it speaks to the person who wants to be always trending. They didn't really clearly define, I don't feel, through their advertisement who this is for, but I think that they allowed the placement and the pricing to really determine who this membership is for. So I was really intrigued when I first went and I downloaded the app just so that I can see like what this membership was all about. I remember seeing the lower end price point was $1,500 a month, and I think that was like their midline cars, like their and what I mean by midline are like the line of cars that aren't their like creme de la creme, but at the same time it was the one that was just like, the basic size sedan version of Mercedes. And then they had a premium one, but I think my mind just turned off like when I saw the price, so I didn't even commit it to memory. So it's so funny how our minds work, because I can't seem to remember it. So $1,500 a month is for like the midline access to cars. You get to change the cars 4 times a year, which is really cool. And like I said, it's very intentional in who this membership is speaking to. But once again, what I like about it is the risk, because what they were saying is this is not for everyone. And if you dare flinch at the thought of having access to 4 different cars for the year at this price point, then clearly this isn't for you. Like, they're not even trying to get you. They just want to know. They're just like, here, this just isn't for you. But also, how genius of a business model. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, we buy a car. And we buy a car, and the transaction of that car is a one-time fee. So you buy the car, and then, someone has to get a loan in order to pay for the car. The loan pays for the car, and then you pay the actual company, whomever you gotten your loan with, whatever financial institution you've gotten your loan with. But now Mercedes created an additional income through the memberships where the $1,500 is going to them directly. And so, and continuously going to them, which is going to increase their, I believe, their cash flow on their balance sheets on a monthly basis. So I thought that was pretty darn creative and interesting and out of the box and innovative. And like I said, what I really liked about it is the fact that, like, they didn't care. Like, it's never been done before. Who cares? So they kind of thumbed their nose at tradition, completely stepped into the space of innovation, and they were able to try it out. What angers me, I think, a little bit about this is how easy it is sometimes for companies who have so much to lose to take this risk and feel so confident in taking this risk, and yet small businesses who don't even have anywhere near the revenue generating power that a company like Mercedes has, who has less to lose in my mind, because honestly, you throw out an idea, and if it doesn't work, there's not going to be national coverage on how your idea was absolutely crazy, stupid, or a waste of time. Like, very little people are going to see your failed attempt to try something new. So for me, I feel like we should be more advantageous to taking risks with our businesses and testing the waters and see what works, and really getting comfortable and confident and flexing our creative muscles. But for some reason, we're so afraid of the backlash that we just don't even take that innovation. So hopefully, or don't take that innovative risk. So hopefully, with seeing different people like, or different companies like Mercedes-Benz were able to get empowered to become more risk takers, become more of a risk taker when it comes to our businesses, and throwing some of these concepts to the wall to see if they stick. So that was Mercedes. That was up with number one. Number two is my local car wash. You heard me. I said it. So I thought it was really cool that my local car wash is deciding to do monthly membership passes. And with monthly membership passes, you pay $20 for the month. I think you get 4 car washes for the month with one additional one that's free. How awesome is that? So for $20 a month, this is what you get. Why do I think that's really cool? Because I would literally pay $20 just to get my car washed. So some of you are probably saying, well, then why in the world would they charge you only $20 for a monthly car wash? Well, let me just tell you, unfortunately, I have had my car for a very long time, and I do not get my car washed every month. So I spend $20 when I go. What the car wash is now doing is guaranteeing that every month they will get my $20, regardless if I go or not. But knowing that they're taking the $20 out of my account is now ensuring that I go more often. So, what happens with that buyer behavior? In the beginning, yes, it's true. You'll find that people go in. I don't think it's $20 a month. I think it's $40 a month, actually, to tell you the truth. So $40 a month, I think, gets you 4 washes and then one additional one. So you can get the 5 car washes for the month. So what I think is really cool about that is when I did just get my brand new car, I literally got my car washed every other week. So every pay period, I would go to the car wash and I would get my car washed. So now you have the ability to use the car wash more and get more value out of what you're paying. But the reality is once the newness wears off, you are going to forget and not have time and get busy, and therefore that car wash is able to get that increase their revenue stream, and they're able to really increase their cash flow as well by ensuring that they have this amount of money automatically coming in. So now the onus of this is on the client, because the client has to make sure, or the customer, the consumer has to make sure that they bring their car, and then the car wash will do their part by giving you an awesome car wash. And the cool thing is that they just invested in a brand new system, and now it's like all automated and really cool. So they plan on giving you bang for your buck, but now you just got to make sure that you bring your car there. So I thought that was pretty innovative, pretty cool. I have spoken to some of my other girl bosses who also have seen this in their areas as well. This is something new. We haven't seen this before this year. So kudos to those family-run car washes out there that are tapping into the tribe of the girl bosses and and men bosses as well, who just like to keep a fresh and clean car. All right. And then last but not least, my influencer, my Christian and spiritual leader to a lot of Christians out there, podcast host, Sarah Jakes Roberts. So Sarah Jakes Roberts is the daughter of T.D. Jakes. Sarah Jakes Roberts has also really propelled in the world of Christianity and speaking in Christianity. She is a pastor, I believe, or a minister, and her husband's church was called the One Church or One LA Church. She, I think they also have a church in Colorado or in Denver as well. So there, she just has also like this just really cool, refreshing brand. And I really think she's like a great motivational speaker. So one of the things that I like about Sarah from a girl boss perspective is that the way she's been able to evolve her brand. So now she has not only a podcast, but she also has like website with apparel. She does conferences all around Women Evolve. And what I thought was really cool about good old Sarah is that Sarah took content. So a lot of you guys cannot see how do you take content and how do you monetize content. And of course, there's tons of ways that you can do it, but how do you do it in a way where you're building a tribe? So really, Sarah Jakes has a tribe, and women who follow Sarah Jakes love Sarah Jakes to the end of the earth. And so she then sows seeds into her tribe by helping women become just, growing their relationship with God, as well as understanding how to do all things in life, whether it's personal, in their business, or, just working your 9 to 5. But so I'm going to her conference in July with a group of friends. Shout out to the Millionaire Mogul Squad. And let me tell you, I was going on there to see what the lineup was going to be so I can get really excited and souped up and amped up for July. But what I noticed was that she has now Woman Evolve TV. And it's not a super overproduced type of show. It almost looks like an IGTV kind of rate of quality. But nonetheless, she's sitting on a couch, very comfortable, and she's interviewing people who definitely we would want to hear from. And in experiencing Sarah and, having her sermons being, broadcasted and televised, not televised, but they're broadcasted like on our websites. They're always on YouTube. So I've definitely had the pleasure of hearing her speak. There's always something you want to get. She always has a way of giving you information that you find very useful for you to be able to easily apply to your life. So I looked on there and I was like, oh, this seems really cool. I wonder what this is about. Honey clicked on it. You know what happened? That thing said $4.99 a month to subscribe to Women Evolve TV. I checked her numbers, and I believe her numbers were like 1 point something million followers. So even if like 10% of those people decided to follow her, I think that 10% would be 100,000. Everybody knows my math is all the way crazy and off, so I have no shame in my game. Math is not my strong point. But let's just say it's 100,000 people, right? If it was 10%. That means that 10% of her people decided right now to go and subscribe. That means that she would be able to make off of her TV alone, just off of Women Evolve TV, $499,000 a month. A month. Let's say it was just half of that. Let's say half of that. Okay, then $299,000 a month. Like, huh? Like half of that, half of the 10%. So this is crazy. This is such a crazy number. Like, what? Off of taking content and being able to pour into the tribe. And this is what I mean by when you take the time to pour into your tribe, the bag will come. When you allow your bag to be your first and only thing that you focus on, then you're not going to be successful. But see, Sarah has poured and poured and poured and poured into people, and now she's bundling up the content and giving it to you at a price point that you could care less if it comes out of your account. $4.99, please. Anybody would gladly give that to get access to all of these nuggets that she gives you, as well as sitting on a couch with all of her awesome people in her network who are also going to pour into you as well. So I say all that to say, guys, when you are thinking about how to build your tribal economy business model, I really want you to be in a space where you are thinking about how you can bundle either your products, your services, or your content in a way that will allow you to be able to give your tribe the information, the gems, the keys, the resources that they need in order for them to move forward in whatever problem your business has been positioned to help them with. I hope you have found this to be extremely helpful. If you haven't gotten the book already, please feel free to go onto Amazon. It's called Tribe: Building Branded Membership Communities, or membership communities with your brand. All right, written by Nicole E. Doss. So feel free to go on Amazon. Feel free to purchase a copy on theprestigesociety.com. And go ahead and grab a copy, and don't worry, because I don't just write a story for you. I write a story for you, and I give you questions so that you can answer as you go along. And on top of it, we've created the workbook, Tribe the Workbook. And Tribe the Workbook is all about how you are able to put together a 4-month planner so that you can move from idea into fruition. All right? Once again, I hope this has helped you. Have an awesome, wonderful, and blessed day. Bye.